Take it personal, I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, what it do? So I just wanted to come on here and update you guys. I finally got my base transfer to Dallas, Texas. So it officially went into effect on February 1st. I've been here for almost a week now, and it just feels so good to be back in Texas, y'all. Like, I'm so happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed my time in Chicago, okay? Like, matter of fact, let's rewind. I'm gonna give y'all the story time on how I even got based in Chicago, y'all, okay? So quick story time, y'all. Strap up, boom. Okay, so rewind to November. It was probably like my second or third week of being in training, and it was finally time to put in our base request. So we were all super excited. You know, it was the moment that we were all waiting for. How they set up the base request, you know, you basically put your most favorite to your least favorite. So number one would be your number one choice, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So of course I wanted to stay in Texas, okay? As close as home to possible, as close to Houston as possible. City of the Purple Sprite, don't play. And the closest base that my airline has to Houston is Dallas. So I was like, bet, you know, Dallas it is. However, something in my spirit was just telling me that I probably was not gonna get Dallas. Like, I knew that God was sending me into a season of relocation. So I was like, watch I don't get this. Like, I just knew something was just telling me that it was time for me to venture out, you know. Like, I just knew for sure I would end up being in another state, like really Florida. I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna get Florida, but boy was I incorrect though. First of all, how I put all my requests was I put all the warm cities first, okay? Because I'm a very much southern girl. We do not do the cold. So I was like, let me put all the southern cities first, and then I put all the cold destinations, you know, a little bit farther up north. I put all of those last. So I was thinking to myself, you know, okay, if I don't get Dallas, then I'll most likely just get somewhere warm, you know, and wherever was cool. All the cities are really nice. So literally the day after we put in our request, the next day we got an email with what we were approved for. I remember it was during our lunch break, and I was down at the cafe, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, we got the emails. I was like, oh my god, really? So I ran up to my room, y'all. I was so nervous. I did not know what I was gonna get. It was like, wow, like, am I finna be soaking up the sun in Orlando, or am I finna be building snowmans in Chicago? So yeah, I remember going up to my room, and right before I opened that email, I was like, God, I prayed to God. I was like, look, whatever this email says is where I am supposed to be right now. I know that I'm going into a season of relocation, you know, even if it was just Dallas, you know, Dallas is not Houston, so like, that's a new city. I was like, wherever you're sending me right now is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Now, mind y'all, I was saying this prayer, but in the back of my mind, like, I really thought that I had somewhere warm in the bag. So y'all, I open up that email, I get to scrolling, and I see ORD by my name. Y'all, I'm literally like, hold up, what did I say? ORD? I had to look at it about 5 or 6 times. So I was just like, woo, like, when God say he's sending you into a season of relocation, he really mean relocation. So Chicago was actually my 5th choice, y'all. It was my 5th choice, but it was my first cold choice because I've been to Chicago. I loved it so much. I went in the summertime. Now, the summertime, I went in the summertime. My mom had actually had a business trip in Chicago about 2 years ago, and so me and my brother just tagged along, you know, and we did our thing, you know, while she was working. Whoop de whoop de whoop. When I tell y'all, that trip was so fun. Yeah, beautiful city, so many things to do. You know, we went kayaking, we ate our pizza, hot dogs. Y'all know how the club closed at 2 a.m. in Texas? Girl, we didn't get into the club until 2:30. Like, we had the time of our lives. But I was like, hold on, you telling me I'm going in December? Like, right at the start of winter? When I got Chicago, I wasn't just like super disappointed about it, you know, because I have been there. You know, I do enjoy the city, but it had just really caught me off guard because I didn't think that I would get that. So I was definitely nervous, you know. I had a little bit of anxiety about it, but you know, as the days started to pass, you know, that fear slowly turned into excitement, you know, because at the end of the day, like, I'm finna be living in a whole new city, and knowing me, y'all know I don't turn down no new destination. So I was like, shoot, Chicago it is, you know, let's get these coats, let's get these boots, you know, let's do it. So once I was officially released to line, December 1st, that was my official first day on the line. Everything was cool. You know, I ended up commuting back and forth Houston to Chicago. You know, I got my little crash pad. In the first few weeks, you know, I was really on a high. Like, I was just excited to be flying, so I didn't mind the back and forth. How off days are set up every month, usually you have off days in blocks of 4. So on my 4 days, you know, I would fly back into Houston because I was actually working my other job. I know I told y'all I had resigned, but I actually told them not to terminate me in the system, because after training, I was like, maybe on my off days, you know, I'll come back to work and just work for the little time while I was in Houston, for 2 reasons. Number 1, so I could have a little extra change in my pocket, but number 2 was really for the hotel discounts, because eventually, once I really get my bread up, I plan on traveling on my off days, you know, and taking vacations, and I still want my hotel discount because I love it. So that's really a big reason why I stayed too. Plus, I have a lot of family and friends that still like to use my discount, and so I just didn't want to leave them hanging, and so I was like, I'll hold on to it, you know, I just work, you know, here and there whenever I'm in town, whenever I can make it, basically, and they work with my schedule. So like I said, y'all, commuting was cool for the first few weeks, but when I tell y'all that wears off, commuting into work is something that eventually gets very tiring. The airline does not recommend it. Other flight attendants do not recommend it. And commuting basically means that you don't live in your base, so you have to fly to get into work. So I'm living in Houston, and I have to fly into my base, into Chicago, to start my shift. And it's like, yeah, you get to fly for free on standby or whatever, but when all those flights are full, you're gonna spend so much time at the airport. And like I told y'all how my off days work, I would be scheduled off for 4 days, but you would spend one of those days flying in. Okay, so I'm flying into Houston on the first day, and then my last day off, you know, I'm spending that trying to come back to Chicago. So when you think about it, you only really get 2 days to yourself. So it just really got to be a lot for me. But I'm gonna do a whole separate video on commuting. Like, I won't go too much into that right now, but yeah, just know that I got tired of it. So that was really the main reason why I transferred back to Texas. And then another reason why I wanted my transfer to Dallas was because, y'all, I miss my car. Like, I really miss my baby so much, y'all. I had just gotten her like a month before I went off to training, and I have not been in Houston consistently since I left for training. So literally, like, she was just at home. Like, imagine getting a new car, paying a whole car note, and you're not even there to drive it. Like, that's wild. And you know, at first I kind of thought about driving my car up to Chicago, but I was like, nah, like, I don't know too much about the snow, you know. I'm not finna do all that shoveling off of my car. I'm not about to. The tires, I don't know how to take care of no winter tires. You gotta do, it's just a lot of extra care that you gotta put into, you know, living in a cold environment, and I didn't want to do all that. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna take my car up here. So I was actually taking the train back and forth, you know, from the airport to my crash pad, and then from the train, you know, of course you have to walk home. Now the walk from the train to my crash pad was probably about 10 minutes, so not long at all, you know, not long, but the weather made it long. Like, when I tell y'all, in December, like, so in December we didn't even get that much snow. We didn't really get snow at all, actually. It probably only snowed like 2 days in December, but like, it was still like freezing cold. So like, my face, my whole entire face would just be burning, you know, hands burning, they freezing cold. And then it actually starts snowing, you know, and I still have to bring my luggage home. Mind you, when I first started, I was definitely overpacking. Like, my suitcase was way too heavy. So imagine trying to carry tons of luggage with you in like 3 feet of snow. Like, it was a lot of work, y'all. Like, I would literally be fighting for my life on them walks home. Like, there was something serious. So yeah, I didn't really always feel like going places because I didn't feel like walking to the train. I didn't feel like putting on 1,000 layers of clothes, you know. But I didn't want to bring my car because I didn't want to have to do all the work that comes with that, you know. Uber be adding up. I didn't want to Uber. Like, it just made me stay at home for the most part. Even the gym, like, I got a temporary membership to LA Fitness. I was able to get it, you know, for the 2 months I was there. It was walking distance, but some days, like, it was just to the point where I didn't even feel like walking to the gym because I didn't feel like putting on all them extra clothes and being cold. But you know, even with me not enjoying the whole commuting thing, you know, me being cold, I feel like overall I definitely still enjoyed my time in Chicago, and it was definitely a season that I needed to go through to grow. I definitely had to see what it was like to have to take public transportation. I had to see what it was like to not be able to move on my own time, you know, because I'm very blessed with this car. And also, I didn't even even have money coming in like that at that time. So it was definitely an eye-opening experience for me. It's gonna be one of the most memorable, you know, by far. However, after much prayer, Jehovah let me know that he will be sending me back home, back to good old Texas. Chicago is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it never felt like home. Like I really didn't get that homey feeling. And you know, maybe it was because I didn't have my car and I didn't really get around like I wanted to. I was living closer to the airport, so yeah, it's about 25-30 minutes from downtown. But yeah, that turns into 45 minutes, you know, when you factor in the train, 45 minutes to an hour. And I just never really, I didn't always feel like getting on the train, you know, going through that whole process. Like I'm a type of girl, you know, I just want to hop in my car, boom. And also, like I said, I'm very much a city girl, so a lot of things that I like to do in different cities, you know, I be downtown, like in the mix. Honestly, I feel like if I had my own space like downtown, like period, Chicago would be home. But yeah, neither I or my bank account are on that type of time right now, you know, just not yet. Not yet. My bad, y'all. The sun is going down like so fast. I'm trying to hurry up and finish this video because it's really finna make me mad. But yeah, so let me hurry up. Fast forward how I got my confirmation that I was transferring to Dallas. I was writing down some affirmations, you know, some things that I wanted to happen within the next few months. And I was on the one particular sentence referring to my base transfer. Something along the lines of, I just received my base transfer to Dallas. Mind you, I hadn't gotten it yet. You know, I was just writing down affirmations, knowing in my heart that I would get it. And I kid you not, as I was writing the words base transfer on the paper, I got an email pertaining to base transfers. And it wasn't a list of the approvals either. Like it was just a email talking about base transfers in general. And that's how I immediately knew that God had already rewarded me with the transfer. And I was so happy. Like it just feels so good when stuff happens like that. Like when God sends you direct messages like that. Yeah, I was definitely happy for the rest of the day because I was a little nervous. I didn't know if I was gonna get the transfer or not, but yeah, God was like, you know, I got it for you, you good. So yeah, fast forward to today. I'm currently in a crash pad. It's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's in Euless, so Euless is not far from Dallas. I'm actually really enjoying the little city. It's probably about the same amount of time, you know, just like Chicago. It's like maybe about 25 minutes away from downtown Dallas, but like now that I have my car, like that's nothing to me. Like honestly, I'd rather live a little closer to the airport in an outskirt versus downtown in Dallas, just because it'll be quicker for me to get to work, you know. And when I do those days that I'm off and I feel like, you know, going on a tour around the city, like I can just make that quick drive. Like it's cool. But yeah, my crash pad is so nice, you guys. I'm really loving it. It's like newly renovated, so it's like all new appliances. All of my roommates are really nice. Like I just love it. And honestly, I can see myself like settling down in the Dallas area permanently. I feel like I always go to like Austin and San Antonio. Like Austin, I'm there literally, I go at least once a year for like my birthday, my friends' birthdays, New Year's. San Antonio, I will always go there for Six Flags. Like I always go to both of those, but I never ever go to Dallas. And I had always been saying like, man, like I really need to go out to Dallas and see what's up there, because I never really been, just San Antonio and Austin. But let me tell y'all something, I don't even have to go to San Antonio for Six Flags anymore, y'all, because my new crash pad is literally about 15 minutes away from Six Flags over Texas, which is in Arlington. So when I tell y'all I'm finna get a season pass, like we in there every weekend, period. And I'm also 15 minutes away from the Rangers Stadium, you know, where the Rangers play. I love going to baseball games, so I'm definitely gonna be there when the season starts. And yeah, like I just love everything about where I am right now. I'm gonna make sure to get some Dallas vlogs out for you guys. Really just travel vlogs in general. I know this month I haven't really been making any travel vlogs. I said the commute kind of became a lot, you know, I was going through a few transitions, but now that I'm back in Texas and it's feeling like home, like it's up, no more excuses. And then another thing, I'm gonna try not to keep doing the back and forth like I was in Chicago. Like on my off days, I'm gonna actually try and stay in Dallas and not go back home to Houston, because I want to put all the miles on my car. Because yeah, like I said, I could really see this being my permanent home. So I found a really cool gym that's about 6 minutes away. It's a local gym, you guys. It's really cool from what I see on the internet. They got a lot of really cool equipment, and it's only $10 per period. So I'm gonna probably check that out within the next few days. I still have my Planet Fitness membership. I'll probably never get rid of that one. Black card, okay? I can go to anyone in the country. You know, they're really easily accessible. You can get an easy workout in. So I'm keeping that one, but I terminated my LA Fitness membership from Chicago. I terminated my YMCA membership in Houston, which I really love that gym so much, but I'm not gonna be there, so I canceled that one. And then I hope to get this new gym membership, like I told y'all, that's about 6 minutes from my crib, so we're gonna see how it go. And I'm also looking for different things too, like Dallas hairstylist, lash artist, nails, all of that. Like, I'm gonna need the whole shebang. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out, you guys. I just wanted to update y'all, let y'all know I'm back in Texas. God has rewarded me. He has sent me back home. I have so many Dallas vlogs on the way, you guys. I'm really excited to see what Dallas talking about, so we gonna see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you muchos, and I'll see y'all in my next video.